Una silla de masajes puede parecer extravagante. 8 configuraciones diferentes, intensidad ajustable, además es calefaccionado. Y se siente tan bien. Sí, una silla de masajes puede parecer extravagante. Y 2, bueno, aún más. Pero cuando esas sillas de masajes vienen con un auto, se vuelven bastante prácticas. El nuevo Volkswagen Tiguan 2025 con funciones premium como los asientos delanteros con masaje disponibles. Solo parece extravagante.
Prime delivery is fast. How fast are we talking? We're talking puzzle toys and lick pad delivered so fast you can get this puppy under control fast. Pee pads, cooling mat, peg hammer, fast and fast. And those training TREATS, faster than you can say sit fast. Fast, free delivery. It's on Prime.
Let's hang out. And let's talk about what Lez is about. And let's listen to two lesbians shout. Let's hang out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Lez Hang Out, the podcast that's gonna marry that girl, marry her anyway, marry that girl, don't matter if she's gay, marry that girl.
I don't know. Are you singing this from the perspective of the men marrying?
Of the straight men? Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Just making sure. I was like, this could come across real predatory real quickly. So just
No, not once we get into the episode, Ellie. I think it will be extremely clear, extremely fast.
yes.
So don't worry about
great.
it.
Just making sure.
From the West Coast, I'm Leigh Foster.
From the East Coast, I'm Ellie Brigida. To those of you who've been with us through this whole journey, thank you as always for listening. If you're a new listener, welcome. We're excited to have you here. Here's what's happening this week. This week in the Lesdom. This week in the Lesdom is a place where you can touch base each episode about things going with the podcast. This season, we are still releasing our Patreon bonus episodes. If you want to listen to those, you can do that at bit.ly/LesPatreon. We have all kinds of bonus episodes, also ad-free episodes. If you're sick of the ads, we get it. We need the ad revenue to keep us afloat. But the more patrons we get, the better it is for us. And we don't have to rely on those big ad dollars.
In the greater Les universe, we want to talk about a couple things. Starting off with your favorite and mine, Snoop Dogg, who is terrified at the movies. Is it because of a horror movie, you ask? No. Too easy. Is it because of paparazzi and crowds? No. That would make sense. Is it because 2 animated women kissed briefly on a screen and confused him? Of course.
Terrifying.
Terrifying. How will we ever survive? Asks a grown man forced to watch a children's movie.
How will he ever explain to his nephew?
Not to immediately go on a rant about this. I'm going to immediately go on a rant about this. Besides the fact that I always think it is so funny when people do this and they're like, how am I supposed to explain it to my children? And I'm like, at what age did you think I was supposed to explain to my kids that their moms
that they have
are
2 moms
married?
Yeah.
What is the age?
You're right.
Middle school? Should I wait until they're in middle school
Once they turn
to tell
14,
them?
they realize you're not best friends living together.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, but first of all, it's crazy. Second of all, Snoop's whole thing was, in the new Lightyear, Buzz Lightyear movie, right? These 2 women kissed. And then his nephew or something, was asking, how can they have a baby when they're 2 women? And he's like, how am I supposed to explain to my 4-year-old nephew how these women can make a baby? To which I have to say, if your 4-year-old knows how a mommy and daddy would make a baby, there's already a problem. You already have done something wrong. You just say, that baby has 2 moms.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
When a mommy and a mommy scour the earth for some sperm.
Yeah, because literally, here's the thing, is we have had that conversation with the girls. Yeah, making a baby, you need a sperm that usually comes from someone with a penis, and you need an egg, and that usually comes from someone with a vagina. That's usually how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Moms had to find some sperm. The mechanics involved, do they know how that happens?
Yeah, do they
usually?
know that you used a very sophisticated turkey baster? They don't need to know that.
They don't need to know that. Do they know what people do when they don't use a sophisticated turkey baster? No. They're 6 years old. Why the fuck would they know that? You know, it requires zero conversations about sex. We have never had a conversation about sex with our kids. But they know how like the basic components of making a baby, and they understand how you would do that regardless of what body parts you came with. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Like it's just not that hard.
It's not that hard, and it's also laughably funny when like grown ass adult men who are like, "Oh, I'm a rugged alpha male. I'm so strong. I'm the big dog."
But
man,
I'm scared
and they're like,
I
had to go
conversation.
to help me. I had to go to a kids movie. What do I do?
I'm like scared. Like, what the fuck? The language is crazy. It's okay.
It's wild. So anyways, so sorry, Snoop Dogg, that life is so terrifying for you personally. I'm sorry lesbians are attacking
Tuesday
you.
Movies.
Yeah. Our deepest apologies. So feel so bad about it.
Also in the Greater Lez universe, if anyone is watching Hunting Wives, I binged the shit out of that show. It is so gay. Very fun. I will say it's funny. So I apparently overhyped this to one of my lesbian friends. I thought that there was quite a good amount of lesbian sex in it compared to any other show. But maybe I'm just too starved for good lesbian sex. But I was like,
we might be.
Best lesbian sex ever. I'm sorry if it doesn't live up to your expectations. But there are some...
Now I'm even more curious, Ellie.
To be fair, this friend is French, so she has a very high threshold of like what constitutes
a sex scene.
Yeah.
She's like, there's not active fucking
she
on
was
my screen.
expecting it to be more blue is warmest color.
Mm-hmm,
but I think it has some pretty good sex scenes, and also just like Brittany Snow being so bisexual. It's great. Yeah,
incredible.
So check it out if you haven't.
Also in the Greater Lez universe, we want to shout out Allison Stoner. They have a new memoir out that they have been promoting a ton. I have not read it yet, but honestly, it looks great. It looks funny. We should check it out. You should check it out. We should all check it out.
A few of my friends actually went to the book signing that was at WBUR City Space, which is where we had a live show in Boston. It was funny because they didn't know that each other was going. And then, like, of course, they would run into each other because it was just like every queer in Boston was at this Allison Stoner book signing.
I love this. I know we've had Allison on the show and they're great. I just feel like there is something that just always brings me joy as well with the Allison Stoners, Rebecca Blacks of the world. Like, I just feel like everyone should live to see all of their childhood icons grow up and be gay. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's truly the way it should be. I will die on that hill, you know?
And that's what's happening this week. Back to you, Ellie and Leigh.
Thanks, Ellie and Leigh. We are so excited to bring you our very first episode of Season 9. It's called Tradwife Pipe-Nine.
Because it's Season 9.
It's Season 9, baby.
Lesbian tradwives all among us.
Listen, I think by Season 9, if you are not ready to go on the journey of what my brain came up with for the intro, the podcast, then like, what are we even doing here? What are we doing?
You knew. You all knew. If you're not speaking it out loud at the same time that Leigh is doing it, like you don't know us at all.
Get in these thoughts. Get in this head. Get on my wavelength.
Yes. Leigh, also, I know this is an audio thing, but I have my glasses on today. We look so alike.
We are basically twinsies.
We have the
I basically also have like curly ginger hair with bangs, and like we're basically the same person. I can see, you know when people send us those emails, Ellie, and they're like, I could tell your voices apart for a while. Visually, this is that.
Yes. Can't tell us apart for shit.
It's just, we're the same. We're the same.
Like, look, all right, I'm taking
We've merged. Is this the urge? Oh my God. Off. We look totally different.
We're completely different. Put them back
now
on.
We're totally different people. We're the same.
Same
same person.
And yes, thank you for listening to that audio visual gag.
Yeah. Really nailed it. Wow, Season 9. Hit it out the park.
Yes.
Straight out the gate.
Welcome back, Season 9. Clearly we are...
So walk-off home run for Ellie.
We are far too comfortable here. Thank you for being here with us for 9 seasons. Yes.
Can I tell you something, Ellie? It does make me laugh that, like, remember way back when we were just teeny baby gay podcasters in our first season with, like, outlines and, like, notes of, like, ordered bulleted points of, like, here's what we want to talk about and, like, let's stay on track and, like, we're gonna do this and have coherent thoughts. And now, now we're just gonna marry that girl anyways, and we are the same person. You can't see us, just take our word for it.
Yeah. It's giving senioritis for sure. You know what I mean? It's giving like I'm skipping class.
Yeah.
And like going to Starbucks. Like,
I can leave campus for lunch and I'm never coming back.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that for us, honestly.
Sorry to everyone, and also it's gonna be great.
So sorry.
So, in terms of an outline, let's dive into what our actual topic is for today. We discussed this a little bit in one of our This Week's in the Lesdom, and I feel like we were like, all right, clearly we've got some thoughts. This deserves a full episode. JoJo Siwa and Fletcher really kicked it off, but I feel like this entire episode is about this, like, move to traditionalism, question mark, that seems to have hit the queer community real hard, real fast, all at once, and sort of like a case study of what that means for us.
Yeah,
Leigh, you're chomping at the bit. Please.
So, well, no, because here's the thing. Longtime listeners might know we typically try to kick off our seasons. It's always just Ellie and I, back to our roots, you know. And we usually try to do kind of like a state of the union, right? Like, where are things at? Where's media at? Where's the gay community? Like, something in that area. And I feel like this feels very target, like very specific as a topic in that sort of vibe that we try to do, but also it feels not
specific at all.
That's specific
the point,
enough,
right? It's
because
like,
why
yes.
is this like why is this the vibe of where the queer community is right now? And it's not just Fletcher and JoJo. I mean, we're gonna get into it, but like also I feel like I need to say, for me personally, is this the JoJo Siwa episode I finally wanted? It's not. It's really not. We missed the heyday. We missed the prime. We missed the peak, and now we're down in the valley.
Yes. I mean, I don't know, Leigh. I feel like we discussed JoJo Siwa quite a bit on this podcast. So the fact
But I never got like a JoJo episode, right? Like all the times where I kept being like, it's another week I'm bringing up JoJo Siwa. We should just do an episode on JoJo Siwa and all of our thoughts about it.
Did you think it was going to end here? You didn't.
And no. I really didn't think this is where we were headed. And I hate this for me.
I know.
I hate it.
Well, I think it also just like I don't know, like you said, it's a state of the gay union, right?
Yeah.
And there's a big...
The gay union is straight these days.
Yes, straight of the gay union.
Oh no. But it's also such a good episode title. Well done, Ellie.
Yes. See, Leigh, now I am inside of your head.
It's because we're the same person.
These glasses have made me so cerebral. It's crazy, everyone. But I do feel like it is worth setting the scene, that we are recording this episode talking about Tradwives right as gay marriage may or may not be overturned.
Listen, can I tell you? Okay, so I just told Ellie this, but like we just spent the last 4 nights camping with the girls, and it was like kind of an attempt to stay a little unplugged, you know? Like just sort of go
detach
into the woods,
from reality,
detach a little bit. And like, can I tell you, it is so fucking hard to detach from the news cycle these days, because then you come back and it's like getting hit with a fucking busload of garbage, right? It sucks. Also, we didn't quite make it because Whiskey did get sick halfway through, and so Kelsey had to go get our dog, and it's like she's getting some notifications on her phone, and literally it was like we spent 2 nights in the woods being like, we're unplugging from the world, and then she comes back and she's like, so DC is militarized, and we're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then so you try to go on to be like, what the fuck is happening in DC? And then you're like, oh, gay marriage, okay, great, it's like, maybe we should just all stop. I say we just stop looking at the news. That'll fix things, right?
Yeah,
I get why people do this now. Because I will say, like, if you're not constantly bombarded by the onslaught of it, trying to catch up from a few days at this point, it's hard going. Mm-hmm. It's a hard road.
It is quite rough.
No, it sucks.
But I feel like that landscape is very important
Mm-hmm.
to set the scene for why the gays as a collective.
Yeah, need to do better. What?
Yes.
Sorry.
Well,
Who said
and
that?
also
said that?
we're so upset with the Fletcher Jojo Siwa situation. So I would like to just start this episode. People might come for us. I don't know.
Yeah,
if-
that's okay.
And that's okay.
We're 9 seasons in. We got nothing to lose.
This is the
We're
moment.
over. Senioritis is here.
This is the moment for us to become canceled.
Let
Great.
them fail me, okay?
Great. But I feel like we have to dive into the bisexuality of it all because, like,
Okay.
here's the thing. Fletcher dropped that single Boy during Pride Month. We talked about it, right? But let's just talk about it again. So Fletcher drops this single titled Boy at the beginning of Pride Month. And people came hard on both sides,
Yeah.
right? Of like, you're biphobic for coming for Fletcher. And also, hey, Fletcher, as a queer woman, we're not invalidating your queerness.
Mhm.
You are still queer. You are bisexual, right? You've said that for a long time. But in the current political climate, there is a delicateness
Mm-hmm.
that needs to have been handled because we are losing rights left and right. And there's a very specific way to not be like, it's so brave of me to now be with, and I know
Straight. Sorry,
Leigh,
who said that?
Leigh,
I'm sorry.
I will be the one who keeps us from being canceled. Lee's gonna say some unhinged shit.
Just listen. I've been in the woods, Ellie. I'm like a wild forest creature. I can't be contained anymore.
Zero filter left.
Okay, no, I'll justify my comments later. I'm not just calling her straight because she's a man. It's not about that.
Yeah. But my point being, there's a safety.
Yeah.
And there's a very large looming danger
Mm-hmm.
in being openly queer out. And I hate to say the word practicing because I know that any bisexual who is in a relationship,
I'm getting us canceled.
I know with a man
I'm
is gonna
gonna do
lose
that.
it. But
Ellie's out here being like, listen, if you're not like 3 fingers deep in a girl at the moment, like, I don't know if it counts.
I don't know.
But I'm gonna get us canceled.
Okay, cut it. But you understand the context that I'm saying
She
here.
won't. She never edits. She's too lazy.
Yeah, I won't do it. You're going to hear me say cut, and at least you know
It's all gonna stay in.
It's all going to
Yeah.
stay in, and you can come for me if you want.
Here's the secret. We don't edit.
No, nobody's surprised by that secret. So my point being very publicly gay is quite dangerous.
Yes.
Being married to a woman is maybe something we won't be able to do. And so to go so hard in the like Tradwife direction is a wild thing to do at this time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the rise of conservatism, and then all these like crazy gay celebrities are like, and I'm settling down.
With a nice man.
And I'm churning butter instead of going to the gay bar.
Yeah.
And that's the vibe. It's not like I have a boyfriend and I'm still steeped in queer community. It's like I am putting on a knee-length skirt after
and a bonnet.
Yeah, and a bonnet after I have literally been straddling women on stage for years.
Yeah.
That's the craziness
Here's the
of it
thing.
all.
So, you know what's funny? I feel like when this all started happening, the whole Fletcher thing, and I was trying to catch Kelsey up on the whole situation because, of course, you know, Kelsey not super into this whole scene, not perpetually online like I am. And so you're trying to explain, and it's like, okay, well, Fletcher most famously you might know her from all of these like extremely gay songs, or this song that she wrote about like her ex's new girlfriend and how fucking hot she right, like you're trying to sort of paint, because she didn't really know anything about Fletcher, and so you're trying to explain with like this context that is so gay. It's just like so gay. And yeah, the pivot from there, like, again, you know what it's reminding me of? And I know it's funny to do this in the season opener, given that we've already recorded some of the episodes that are gonna come up. But coming up, listeners, you are going to listen to us talk to some guests about the ultimatum.
Mhm.
And when we talked to Michelle about the ultimatum, one of the concepts that came up is this idea of like straight gay people and gay people.
Yes.
That's the problem here. It's not that you can't date a man and be bisexual. Plenty of queer people are in hetero relationships. That's fine. And it has no effect on their queerness. And then there's this. And this isn't that. She's not dating a man in a bisexual way. She's not promoting this in a bisexual way. She's not presenting herself in a bisexual way. I know that, like, pencil to paper, she sort of is saying she is, but it's not.
It's not coming.
It's not.
Well, okay.
It's not doing that.
Here's the thing. I would like to dig in on this. Like, same thing. I'm like, let's not get canceled. Let's dive in on this. What is so to you?
Yeah.
How could she do it in a bisexual way?
Okay, well, first of all, you don't drop it during the first week of Pride Month. Like, I'm sorry. That's crazy. That's crazy. Literally any other time. And any queer people, any queer person should have the wherewithal to know that. Like, to know this is not the time. Like, I'm having conversations with my 7-year-old child right now working on, like, there's a time and a place for things, right?
Yes.
Because, like, especially now that Eloise is, like, talking left and right. And so, you know, I'm like, hey, it's great that you want to share this story with someone. You're in the middle of a 25-minute swim class. It's probably not the time to tell them a 5-minute diatribe about what you did this weekend. Like, that's just not the time or the place for that, right? Great that you want to share your story. Great that you're super excited about it. They did say something to which it is relevant, but also they're trying to teach 5 kids not to drown, you know? So it's like, not the time. Not the time for it, okay? I feel like any gay person who's gonna be like, hey, my whole vibe, my whole brand, my whole, like, personality has been fucking girls for the last, like, however many years. I feel like if you want to make this hard pivot into, like, will you accept me if I love a man? Like, yeah, man, fine, do it. Not maybe Pride Month.
So you're saying we might have accepted her in July.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, at least it would have been starting out on a better foot. Like, it was a lot. It's a lot.
It's also
deleting,
like the point.
deleting of your entire social media presence
devil's
before
advocate that because she always did that before every album.
Did what?
Deleted her social media.
And no, it's still weird.
I know, but I'm just saying. I will give some of the other side Fletcher, like, defenders.
Sure.
Like,
sure.
It was a very calculated marketing move. Fletcher is a queer artist releasing new music, and they were like, let's release in June. And they calculatedly did this boy thing to have, we all were talking about it. It was not the right move.
But not in a good way.
No, it was not the right move.
We weren't talking about it as like oh my god, new Fletcher album.
I don't know if Fletcher cares if we talk about her positively or not.
Probably
and
not.
That's what's sort of fun. Like, I think Fletcher and JoJo Siwa, to bring it to JoJo Siwa as well, are very self-aware. At least, like, their marketing.
Strongly disagree, at least on the JoJo Siwa side.
No. Okay, Leigh, have you listened to the new JoJo Siwa song, Raspy?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
It cracked me up. Girl is, yes, she's young and she is going to learn some shit about herself. But she is a rage baiter. Like, from the beginning, like, her entire brand is like, oh, let me just do something crazy. And people will, like, flip. And you know what the craziest thing this super gay girl could do is date an old man.
Okay, sure.
And then release this song, Betty fucking Davis Eyes. And then joke about how she sucks at singing and her throat hurts and she has nodes.
But
that was fucking comedy gold. Like, this girl knows how to entertain.
She does know how to entertain. You know what's funny, though? You know what it feels like to me is, I think I've talked about this before. I'm going to tell this story again because it's just like such a vivid moment that I remember happening in my life is when we first moved to California and we were living down in Alameda and Kelsey had a job. I was finishing writing my PhD. And so I used to drive her to the ferry every morning to get to work, right? And I remember driving home one day. It was right when Blank Space came out, Taylor Swift. And I fully missed the Taylor Swift train in terms of like how old I was when the Taylor thing started taking off. And it's like, you knew who Taylor Swift was. You kind of knew the big songs, whatever. I had never been like a Taylor Swift person could not care less, like could have told you some of her music, whatever, just because it was on the radio. Song comes on the radio, and I was like, that is funny. Like, that is funny in that self-aware way, right? That I was like, what a clever song to put out to be like, hey, let me do, like, make fun of all of this stuff, you know, like, make fun of all the rumors, make fun of, like, how people talk about me, all this shit, and do it in a song that's good. It's part of the issue.
You're saying, saying that Raspy's not good?
Well, so here's the thing.
You're saying it's not musical geniusly?
For one thing, here's what I have to say about this is, number one, I don't believe JoJo writes a lot of her own music.
Oh, she did not write that song.
So, like, I haven't even looked up to see if she's credited as a co-writer on this, but, like, I guarantee even if she is, she didn't write this shit, okay? No. Secondly, it's not a good song. Like, I'm sorry, it's just not that good. It is
a parody. Like, it is
comedy, yes.
It is pure comedy.
But, and so here's the thing that I think, it doesn't work for me because I feel like whoever wrote the song is self-aware, and you can't be self-aware on someone else's behalf. Do you know what I
valid.
mean?
If JoJo Siwa wrote this song herself, you would be like, all right, girl. But this is somebody making fun of pretending to be JoJo Siwa, making fun of JoJo Siwa, and JoJo was like, sure, I'll record it.
The thing is like, from a songwriting lyrical perspective, it's not as clever as it thinks it is.
I don't think it's clever. I think it's so stupid. But
hits. Yeah. Sure,
like, it's
I guess.
Dumb.
To me, it doesn't, because I think the problem is that it's like, to me, the song itself, personally, it's a little cringy, because I'm like, I feel like you think you're hitting back a la Blank Space, and instead you're kind of just like validating all of these things about yourself that are not positive things.
Well, that's the point, is like, it's clearly like, I think this is the kind of music JoJo should always be making, because girl can't sing.
So no. From a catering to her voice standpoint, it's better than 90% of her repertoire, easy, because I don't know why they keep doing this to her, but like, girl, you don't have that. You don't have it.
She doesn't have a range.
You don't have.
It's not that she doesn't have the range. She does not have a range.
No. It's that her voice is bad. I mean, that's just straight up like, sorry about it. She's not a great singer. There's no way around that. And so I agree. I do agree from the perspective of like, I think in terms of like writing a song that she has a hope of singing is probably one of the best ones she's got. But it's just, I don't get it. And I feel like it is a weird choice to try to address some of the stuff going on, but it also doesn't address sort of like the main crux of many of the things for the queer community that you and I are talking about today, right? And so it's like,
oh, for sure, it's just basically talking about how she can't sing.
It's not,
but it made me laugh.
It's like also kind of pointing out, like, I don't know, like a lot of other weird things, and none of it really has to do with the fact that it's like, hey, you sort of did this like weird cheating on your girlfriend on like network television, like on camera, you know, and like did this again, like weird pivot into dating this guy. None of that's in there. It's all like, I can't say ours. And I'm like, I don't know if that's the thing that you need to be addressing right now. Do you know what I mean? Like,
okay, I agree with you that it literally has nothing to do with the most problematic things about JoJo. It just made me laugh. So let's just dive into like to the problems we've got here, right? First of all, that man skeeves me the fuck out.
Yeah, the vibes are weird. And I mean, I know I'm not a Big Brother person, so like I was not super following a lot of the whole debacle as it was happening. But it's definitely, you know, you'd get the kind of big updates of like, don't you have a girlfriend? Like there's cameras on you. Like, what are they doing? Are they just cuddling? Are they doing, you know, it's a weird way to, again, like it's problematic to pit, especially when like, I know Fletcher hadn't been self-identifying as a lesbian. JoJo was.
Yes.
Like, pretty aggressively. And so, again, there is nothing wrong with being a lesbian and then saying, hey, actually, I'm bisexual. I met this guy. I realized I'm super into him. And, like, yeah, that changed my identity. And I do think there are ways in which I think JoJo did that better than Fletcher did.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's a weird way to try to come back from the whole, like, I have a very public girlfriend, and then I went on this show where I very publicly cheated on her with this dude. Hey, also, I'm bi. That's a weird, it's a hard sell. It's a hard sell.
Yes.
You know?
Well, I think it's just a harder sell for me, too, because it feels so groomy to me.
Yes.
And so I think that's, like, the scary part about it, and, like, the Tradwife, like, scenario, to bring it all back to, is, like, I understand JoJo, like, has agency, quote unquote, but, like, in this scenario, it feels very much like this older man is taking advantage of her, and we're watching that in real time.
Yeah.
And so I can't be like, oh, well, you know, some men are good. I understand. Like, it just feels like a very, like, highly inappropriate heterosexual relationship.
Yeah.
And it's, like, scary to watch as a person who, like, came out as a lesbian after experiencing, like, an excessive amount of comp het. And then you're, like, I don't know. I think it's just triggering to people, like, to people in the queer community, because you're, like, it's like I feel, oh my God, I'm so free because I finally, like, I came out as a lesbian, and, like, thank God, like, I don't have to date toxic men, right? And then you're watching this, like, young girl be like, I'm a lesbian. And you're like, oh, she's free. And you don't have to deal with any of the shit that we had to deal with when we were, like, figuring out our identity and dating shitty men.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, well, and not to say that lesbians also can't be shitty. I do feel like JoJo probably also had
We all watched The Ultimatum, we know.
Toxic women exes, right? So, like,
Sure.
I'm idealizing here. But it's, like, the gender dynamics that are playing out in front of us in real time is scary.
Let's take a quick break, because I have some more thoughts that I want to dive into, and we're going to need some time.
How do I stay in the moment and truly enjoy sex? What's stopping me from orgasming with my partner? I'm ready to explore my kinks and fantasies in the bedroom. Where do I start? You and your fantasies aren't broken, but your sex ed probably was. I'm DB, sex educator with a Master's of Public Health and host of Sex Ed with DB, your go-to podcast for smart, science-backed sex education featuring trusted insights from conversations with top experts about everything you've been too scared to ask about sex. And this season, we're going all in on pleasure. Solo pleasure, partner pleasure, orgasms, porn, queer joy, kinks, sex toys, fantasies, you name it. We're here to help you feel more informed, more empowered, and a whole lot more turned on to help you have the best sex. Listen to Sex Ed with DB wherever you get your podcasts, and tune into our newest season all about pleasure every Wednesday starting June 18th. Sex Ed with DB. It's the sex ed you've always wanted.
You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. This podcast you're listening to, it was once just a dream. A dream that became reality not by accident, but because someone decided not to let the what-ifs keep them from creating something they believed in. Starting your own business is a dream lots of us share, but too many let it remain just a dream. Don't hold yourself back from creating what you believe in, and turn those what-ifs into why-nots with Shopify by your side. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world, and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. What if I can't design a website? Shopify's got you with beautiful, ready-to-go templates to match your brand's style. What if I need a hand? Get help with everyday tasks like enhancing product images, writing product descriptions, or generating discount codes with Shopify's AI tools created for commerce. What if people haven't heard about my brand? Shopify helps you find your customers with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns. And what if I get stuck? Shopify's always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer support. So turn those dreams into and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. Shopify.com/realm.
This episode is brought to you by Diet Coke. You know that moment when you just need to hit pause and refresh? An ice-cold Diet Coke isn't just a break. It's your chance to catch your breath and savor a moment that's all about you. Always refreshing, still the same great taste. Diet Coke. Make time for you time.
Hit pause on whatever you're listening to and hit play on your next adventure. This fall, get double points on every qualified stay. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Visit bestwestern.com for complete terms and conditions.
Okay, so here's something that you just said about the like gender dynamics and the grooming of it all. The other thing that I think really hits me is like, you know, when I feel like there was this huge trend for a while of the like bi wife energy thing when it comes to men. Here's the other piece that it's like, again, I get that it's maybe a lot to expect. I don't think it's a ton to ask for, but it does strike me as a little weird. Here's the other thing about this whole situation that also kind of makes the whole thing feel even worse to me is like, in both cases, right? Like, whether justified or valid or not, when you have two people that you know have huge queer followings, Fletcher's whole persona was based on her queerness. Her whole audience was largely there for the queerness. JoJo has made this whole thing for the last few years. Everything was about being a lesbian. I'm a lesbian. I'm gonna dance with a woman on Dancing with Stars. Like, that's been their whole brand. And so the fact that both, not only like the coming outs of like coming out as having like being in a relationship with men, I think was handled atrociously in both cases. It's also awkward to me to have neither of the men comment on it. Right? Like, I haven't seen anything where there's been sort of an acknowledgement of like, hey, yeah, you know what? She's with me, but like, she's still a queer person. Like, being with me doesn't invalidate her queerness. And that is the kind of energy I would expect from a bi-wife energy king, you know, who would be like, hey, you know what? Yeah, she did cheat on her girlfriend with me. And like, are you like trying to research if I'm wrong?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you are wrong.
I might be, but if they did do it, like, that hasn't been well publicized. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, and you and I have talked about this because we talked about this.
He said, I'm very respectful of everything she's been through, but that's her own personal journey. She's still a part of the LGBTQ community.
Great. Kudos to him. Good for him.
Yes.
That actually helps a lot. But this is also, I mean, we said this way back when the whole Fletcher JoJo thing started in whatever we recorded on that. I think the JoJo situation overall has been handled better than the Fletcher one, right?
Yes.
Like, I do still feel like, you and I talked about this when we did talk about JoJo back when she was releasing, what was that fucking song?
Karma?
Yeah. About like, I put a lot of this on her PR team. Like, who is in charge of you, girl? Because I'm sorry, but like, they're doing bad. Like, this situation could be handled so much smoother in a way that doesn't like make queer people kind of feel like we've been played.
Yes.
You know, and like doesn't feel icky. It just feels icky, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, feel like, kudos to him. If he has made a statement, that's good. I think that's actually like, that is an important step. I'm surprised that after the release of like the Betty Davis eyes, which like she was singing at concerts as being about him,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which, like, also, I'm like, okay, but if you're like a woman singing a song about a woman's eyes, and then now you're changing it to being about, like, okay,
I know.
it's just like,
It's
again, it's a little
Yes.
like erasing some stuff, but like it's fine. I'd be willing to let it slide, but it is interesting to me that in this whole song attempting to do the self-aware thing, it doesn't come up at all. And again, like, part of my big problem with this, and again, this is way more on the Fletcher side than the Jojo Siwa side. Again, I know that neither you or I, Ellie, are like trained media people. We are not trained.
Clearly, Leigh, as this episode has told everyone.
So we are learning. No, but listen, here's what I do think. You and I think, have spent an awful lot of our time talking about media, presentation, representation, all of this stuff. I don't think you and I have no instincts when it comes to media, PR, publicity, stuff like that.
You're saying they should hire us for their media and PR.
100%. Yes,
Yeah.
please. Once
course.
again, Jojo, hire us. We would do you better than this, okay? That's not the point. The point is, when you look at stuff like the Fletcher thing, you want to say she deletes her socials every time. Great, fine. The choice to delete the socials and post the aesthetic that they chose for that launch.
Oh yeah, it's like it's giving like
bad.
It's giving I'm erasing my entire history.
Yes,
and this is
turning
me.
into like a down home Southern country straight wife. Like,
yeah, from the leather pants every single show, picking a new girl to like dom with your microphone.
Yes. To like my little sundress, sun-kissed, sun-drenched. There's a lot of sun involved, right? Like, I'm on a field, there's flowers, I got my cute little cotton shift dress, and I'm just here making dinner for you from my man. I'm like, I'm sorry, but like, you need there might be a path that you could take from A to B in that case, but it is not one step. It is not a straight line from one to the next. That's a hard, weird launch. And it's a weird launch that, like, you have to, there is no way that your PR team does not know the demographics that follow you, does not know the demographics of your social presence. There is no way that they are unaware of how that is going to hit that demographic. And that's what I'm saying. Is like, this, people are going to look at this and be like, oh, well, I mean, it was just like, they just didn't think about it. I'm like, nobody doesn't think about it. The amount that she is spending, like, this is hundreds of thousands, I bet, on a publicity team that does know better and that did think this through and that didn't do this by accident. That's what I think gets me, is I'm like, this is intentional. This is not a whoops. That doesn't happen, man. Like, whoops at that level also doesn't happen.
To think that Fletcher as a whoops is crazy. Fletcher has very intentionally stoked like fights between people, and like her
carefully curated.
She has realized that when people are talking about her constantly, that's when she gets people to listen to her music. But I do feel like with this one, she fucked it, because people are okay with like you being a toxic ex, right? But it's the way in which she talked about. She basically like was like, my new identity. If your entire album was about like settling down, I'm older. Like, she was like, I'm older now. I'm not trying to party anymore. Like, I get that. Like, you could have done that. The first single was a very intentional choice to say like, my comp het is making me feel more safe and secure, and like lesbians, bitches be crazy. Like, she's basically saying like, women are crazy. I was with one man and he healed me. Like, that was what she fucking said.
Yeah. Which is wild.
Which is
a wild thing to say.
Where you could have just started with some of your other singles and led into that. But you wanted it to be about you, to be like, oh, I didn't want it to be about my sexuality. You made it about it. You actively chose to make us confront that.
And I agree. I think in any case, now is a hard time to be doing this pivot. Like, and I'll be honest, like, I 100% agree. This makes it hard on bisexuals more than anyone else. Like, this is a rough time to pivot into a relationship with a man and not have it look like, well, so long, suckers, I'm safe. Like, it's hard to do. I agree. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of times where this is gonna be done without any backlash. And I think that's why, like, you're paying a lot of money for teams that could help you do this with as little backlash or bad optics as possible. And neither one of these feels like that. And that's crazy for the amount of money they must be spending on the people that are supposed to be helping them do this better. I'm like, that's just bad. Like, I'm sorry. These are handled badly. And they're almost handled bad. You know what it reminds me of, too, is like, boy, you want me to get canceled? Here it is. I never liked Game of Thrones because I didn't watch the shows, to be honest. I've always said, like, I think the shows are probably better. I read the books way back in the day, and I hated the books. And that's because I don't think George R.R. Martin is a good writer. I think he writes in a way that feels like exactly what this reminds me of, which is that it's just sort of constantly being like, are you shocked? Oh, you like these dogs? I killed them. Yeah. And you're like, what? Why? And he's like, oh, you thought this was a main character? He's dead now too. Ha ha. And you're like, but that's not like you. I felt like you were setting up all of this. There were all these breadcrumbs, and I was excited. And now you just killed. So none of that was important at all, matters, actually. Yeah. So like it didn't. Okay, so they're all dead. So this does. Okay, so that whole thread is now nothing. I guess it's just nothing. And then it, like, I always described reading the books as feeling like George R.R. Martin was like hiding behind my chair, just like coming around the corner every now and again to be like, haha, did you see it coming? And I'm like, no, why would I have seen you destroying your whole narrative coming? Like, that's a weird call to make. That feels like a bad choice. That's only there because you're hoping to, like, shock me, because that's not how a normal writer would do it. And I'm like, well, yeah, like, good writers wouldn't do that. You're correct. And like, that's what this feels like to me, is it's like, it's weird to say it feels like they're trying to be shocking by pivoting back to straightness, because I feel like you and I lived through so many decades of like, Katy Perry, I kissed a girl, what? Shocking. And she's just doing it for the attention. But that's what this feels like. It's like an attention grab in the opposite direction, and it's weird.
It's weird. Well, it feels like punching down. That's the thing. It's punching down.
It's punching down, but it's especially, it lands in this super weird place where it's like, as a societal vibe check, I think it is correct in the sense that, like, yeah, the youth be queer these days. They don't care. Like, coming out as dating a man probably is more shocking than not, I don't know, man. But what's also weird is, like, there's the sort of cultural discourse level, but then there's also the, like, political discourse level. And so you're like, I feel like you're trying to do something down here in this, like, cultural thing where you're like, haha, I'm with a man now. And, like, that's not the same as being like, haha, when you all go to the gulags, I won't. And I'm like, that's...
Yes. It feels... Yes.
What are you talking about?
To go back to what you were talking about before, it's like what you were talking about with Eloise. It's not the time. Like,
no.
when other people in the queer community are losing their, like, basic rights and privileges to, like, go visit their partner in the hospital, is not the time to be like, you hate me because I dated a boy. It's like, okay.
My life is hard because I'm dating a man.
Yeah,
and
like,
I'm
my
like,
life is really difficult because I am in a straight passing situation, right?
What are you talking about?
It's not the time. And I think that's like the bigger context piece to bring it all back to, like, State of the Union. The bigger context piece is, like, it's not the time. Like, you can do whatever you want. You can obviously be bisexual. Like, it's okay.
You can date a man and be bisexual, and I'm not upset that she's dating a guy. It's not that.
And that's why I feel like JoJo and Fletcher, it's interesting. It's like they are in the same vein and also not.
Yeah.
But it is, like, an interesting cultural touch point.
But it's also, I think, just something that we're seeing a lot. Because, again, I mean, what you'll hear when we talk about the ultimatum coming up on an episode soon is, like, there is a more prominent shift, even just in queer spaces, to like relationships that are hetero-coded, to like relationships that fit this mold, the traditional, like, I'm like, how are you doing queer couples and it feels like a family values ad? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. Well, it's like the rise of conservatism in general, right? So it's like,
Yes.
as you're feeling like you're fearing for your own safety, you want to be more palatable. Like,
Mhm.
oh, it's giving like, I'm a good gay. So
Yeah.
like, if I'm a good gay, they won't send me away. It's giving, I don't know, like loyalists in the freaking revolution.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's giving like, well, if we're just nice to England, they won't stop stepping on us.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just not the case. It's like,
No, it's just weird, and I feel like it's at a time where, like, again, I think queerness in a lot of ways that we talk about all the time is like queerness is not just an orientation, right? Like queerness is an identity that covers a lot of things, and I think one of those is political. There is a political queerness that I feel like, while the acceptance of homosexual orientation is still kind of like on the rise with the youth and stuff, I also feel like the queerness as a political identity and as an identity that like governs how you interact with a lot of other parts of society, that feels like it's been on a weird declining journey, you know, where it's like, I mean, I kiss girls, but like also I would vote for Trump. And you're like, that's not how this works, actually. I'm sorry, those two things don't go together. You can try, but you're wrong.
And you won't be able to get married.
You still won't be able to get married, and like you're coming in the camps with us. Like, I don't know why you think that's gonna be different for you. Like, it's getting into like bootlicking territory that I'm just like, I don't like it. Like, I'm sorry. And again, it doesn't have anything to do with just who you're dating. It's not that. It's not just like, we don't like bisexual girls dating boys. I don't care.
Yes.
I don't care, but it's like you have to maintain your queerness, and that
like
is
political
not just your
queerness.
like
Yes.
just the identity of queerness. Queerness is not just who you're dating, and that's the problem. Is I feel like what has happened is they're like, if I say I'm queer but date a man and also sort of reject all of the other markers that like make queerness an identity in the like societal political sense, then I can still say I'm gay and it should still count. And it's like, no. No, actually, I'm sorry. Like, if you want to claim queerness, then like be queer, man. You could be queer and be in a relationship with a guy. That's fine.
Yes.
Like, we know plenty of people doing that. That's not an issue. But like, you can't also give up all the queer stuff in every other sense, other than being like, I wear a pride flag, and I'm like, that's not what this is. That's not what. That doesn't count. It's more than just waving a little thing. Like, it's not just that. It's not.
It's giving performative allyship, but like performative queerness.
Yes, performative queerness. And like, how did we get here, Ellie? How did we get to a place where people are like, I'm gonna do nothing gay, but like, I'm still gay though. Like, I still want to be gay. The kids should still think I'm hip and gay. And I'm like, what? We're in this like weird uncanny valley land where like that's a thing that feels like it's happening.
Yep.
You know, it's funny? Like, I'm going to go to a Republican rally, but I'm still gay, though. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What?
I know. And I do think the point is, the political climate that we are in is why this is such a big deal to people. And I feel like, I don't know, we might get some backlash on this episode. I'm not sure. But
Come at us, man. Come at us. Ellie and I at a fucks at this point. Listen, the world's burning down around us.
It's
and like,
true.
Who cares? Who cares?
True.
What are you gonna do?
It's so true. What are you gonna do? Take away our rights?
Take away our rights? Yeah. That's happening.
I dare you. It is funny though. It is giving a little bit. We are now old lesbians.
We are. That's fine.
That is funny to me.
Ellie, I'm closing in on 40, man. Like, listen, that's fine. I can vibe with that. I can live that life. I can be like,
it's giving
get off my
Meg.
lawn, fucking young gays with your bullshit tradwife social media crap. Like, get out of here. Get that shit off my lawn.
One of my friends recently got laid off, and she's been thinking of making a queer tradwife like satire account.
Yes. Well, okay, it doesn't even have to be satire. Like,
It's comedy. No, where she's gonna pretend to be the tradwife.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It doesn't even have to be satire. Like, I mean, I think I get what you're saying in that she would just be satirizing.
She's a character of the tradwife gays. Which, like, why are they happening? Why do you exist?
But you know what's funny though is like how many times have I been telling you lately that I'm like, Kelsey and I are in our tradwife era. Like, we are living our best tradwife. Like, you don't need a man. If you want to be a tradwife, man, be a gay tradwife. It's fine.
It's just
we're
hilarious.
making sourdough. We're making ricotta. I've got a garden now. I just picked some tomatoes to give to my parents. Like, it's fine. Live your tradwife life. You just like, you don't need a man.
I think it's just the definition of how we're defining tradwife, right? It's like, but my friend Kelsey is like, she got laid off, so now she's like, she's cooking for Rebecca. Like, she's
yeah.
She's like, okay, like, I'm your housewife now.
Yeah.
And she's like, yes, I just like made you cold brew foam and blah, blah. Like, Rebecca really wanted cookies, so I went into the garden and I took some wheat and I made, whatever. Yes, but I feel like the thing that's coming in about, like, it's the gender roles in a way that feels insidious is scary when we are in the political climate that we're in. So, like, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's honestly, you have your garden. Lesbians have been having gardens for fucking years, Leigh. Have your garden. Brew
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, this is a legit vibe. Like, this is a queer vibe.
Yeah, you're just a cottagecore lesbian. But, like, the tradwife situation is just really giving, like, have you watched Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
Do you even need to ask me that, Ellie?
Obviously not. Okay, but I started watching it and I couldn't keep watching it because, like, it's a weird moment that we're in where there's a glorification of traditional values.
Mm-hmm.
And these, like, the Secret Lives
while
of Mormon...
they're actively pushing them away anyways.
Yes.
Because you know what else I do think is funny is, like, the wives across the board, they are coming at each other these days in a way that I think is very funny. You know, it's been really interesting. I don't know if this is where we wanted this episode to go, but I'm going there anyways.
Sure.
So, okay, here's what I think is very funny. Is I feel like when you and I picture this, like, conservative tradwifey person, right? They're very, like, soft-spoken, demure, they're quiet, the man of the house is gonna speak. I'm just here to, like, raise the babies and make the dinners and do the laundry and I, like, seen and not heard, this whole kind of thing. I feel like that's what I imagine. But then we've had this weird, again, climb of, like, the MAGA right, where it's like, propriety is out the window. We want to speak our minds. We're here to say the truth, and, like, we won't be silenced because I have rights, damn it. And so instead, you're watching these tradwives, like, go on social media. Like, how many of these fucking women are on Twitter being like, yeah, well, I don't know how you can be, like, a Christ-loving woman with so many cocks in your mouth. And you're like, what?
Yes, that's my point, is, like, they're literally, yes, they're like, we are feminist Mormons, but I'm like, though, that does not go together. Though that is an oxymoron.
I don't know about the Mormon wives things, but I'm like, just in a general sense, like, so many of these Republican women are, like, the fucking trashiest people. And so they're just out being trashy on Maine now. And I'm like, it's very funny because they feel like they're still portraying this persona that they clearly aren't. And instead, I feel like we've replaced the tradwives with lesbians now. And I'm like, are lesbians the new tradwives? Is that what we're doing? Because I'm like, I mean, listen, if JoJo C was releasing Raspy, I'm like, that's not her going on, like, Truth Social calling Marjorie Taylor Greene a cunt. Like, I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? What is happening?
It's very confusing. We don't understand our roles in society anymore.
I know,
and
everything's gotten
changing.
turned upside down, and I don't know what to make sense. I don't know how to make sense of it. And I feel like that's part of the problem, is I don't think anyone knows what the new system is. Everyone's just sort of trying to find their place in this weird new fucked up machinery that has taken over our lives, and no one quite knows how to do it. And I feel like what you're ending up with is shit like this, where you're just like, what are you doing? Why did you do
Exactly.
this? What's
And you're
happening?
pissing off all the gays.
And you're pissing off all the gays, and truly, I think you should stop.
Yes. Good. I think that's a good way to wrap up this episode.
I think we've said everything that we can.
Please
on
let us know
this
your
topic.
thoughts, listeners.
Yeah, oh God. Email us at Lez Hang Out.
Oh, God.
LezHangoutPod@gmail.com. Let us know who you're canceling and why.
Which one of us? Yes, thank you.
Yeah. We'll keep a tally.
Whoever's the least canceled will continue the podcast next week. No.
Okay, excellent.
All right, here we go. Q and gay.
Q and gay.
Question number 1. Who are you more mad at? A, JoJo, or B, Fletcher?
Oh, gosh. I mean, here's the thing. This is a hard question because the thing is, who am I mad at? The truth of the matter is, I don't care that much about Fletcher in a general sense.
And you love JoJo Siwa. She really
I'm more hurt by JoJo's whole pivot.
disappointed.
I do think JoJo's handled it better. So I think I'm more mad at Fletcher in a general sense, just in terms of the like optics of it all, I think are worse, but also it affects me not at all. I mean, granted, neither of them
Honestly,
affects
none
me at
of
all.
this affects us at all.
No,
but
it
here we
really
are.
doesn't.
It affects us right now.
But I think I'm going to go with Fletcher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, question 2, Ellie. Which song is the best out of A, Boy, B, Betty Davis Eyes, or C, Raspy?
Raspy. I love it.
Catch Ellie vibe into Raspy. It's
Honestly,
happening.
Bailey showed it to me earlier. We were dancing in the car. It hits. All right. Question number 3. Who are the most trad of the wives? A, Mormon wives. B, JoJo and Fletcher. C, MAGA woman. Or D, cottagecore dykes.
Oh, gosh. I mean, the sad thing is, I think it's JoJo and Fletcher out of that list,
Mhm. I know.
Who are the best of the wives? It's Cottagecore
Dykes.
Hands down, not even a question. But the trad of it, I guess, right now is the queers. Uh-huh.
Ugh. Yeah.
I hate this episode, Ellie.
I know.
I
It
don't like
sucks.
it one bit. Okay, question 4. What's most not the time about these announcements? A, Pride Month. B, immediately post cheating. Or C, the whole political situation.
It's the political situation for me. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
that just permeates it all. Like, it's like this particular Pride Month,
It's rough.
it was not right. Yeah.
No, it's not the time.
All right.
Sorry,
Leigh.
guys. You gotta keep dating Whitman for the time being.
Until we have our rights back.
Yeah.
That's all.
Sorry.
Well, on
On
vein,
that note,
question number 5. Who's more canceled? A, Ellie, or B, Leigh?
I think I'd like to say it's a tie, but I
said
feel
that.
like it's gonna be me, and that's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's okay. Well,
I didn't say you have to be practicing.
Well, if we still have a podcast after this, remember,
There you go.
you can give us your own answers to this episode's Q&A questions on our Instagram at Lez Hang Out Pod. Welcome back to season 9, everyone.
Season 9. We love hearing from all of you. We love continuing to build this community, and we just want to shout out some of our favorite things every episode, starting with Tressa. We know we shout you out all the time, but you keep sending us the best things, and we just want to make sure everyone knows about them. So listen, coming direct from Tressa, who has told us Honey Don't is bad. And that is not the only place we've heard that, but we trust you, Tressa. So Honey Don't, I'm still going to watch it, and I'm remaining hopeful because I want it to be good, even though I have not heard a lot of good things about it yet.
Not at all,
No.
unfortunately.
But we remain
Hopeful.
eternally hopeful.
Mhm.
The light of hope fades not from our chests.
As always, we want to thank our Lesbian Jesus patrons, Mark Foster,
Lizette Stye,
Adi Benitez,
Sophia Phillips,
and Armani Gucci,
and our King Princess patrons, Amy and Ellen.
and Andrea Doucette. Thank you, as always, for your support. Patreon is our biggest supporter of the show. We could not make it without you.
Remember, you can also find us on all social medias. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, and TikTok at Lez Hang Out Pod.
You can email us at lezhangoutpod@gmail.com.
And you can check out our website at lezhangoutpod.com.
Whatever app you use for podcasts, make sure you subscribe to be the first to know when new episodes drop.
We also have videos going up on our YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe at youtube.com/Lez Hang Out Pod to catch them.
Lez Hang Out is an independently produced show hosted by us with audio production by me. Our production assistant is Krista Murison, and other podcasting shenanigans by Leigh Holmes Foster.
If you want to help support the podcast, the first easiest thing you can do is leave us a rating or a review on whatever app you use to listen to podcasts. It helps new people find the show.
If you want to support us on Patreon, you can get bonus episodes and ad-free episodes at bit.ly/lespatreon. Also, our Patreon-only Discord chat where everyone can hang out and talk to each other. We would love to see you in there.
And all of our merch you can find at our store at bit.ly/lesmerch. We have all of our designs. We are working on new ones all the time. If you have things that you are hoping to get that we don't have up yet, please reach out and let us know. There are so many options of things we can add or put our designs on that they're not on already. So you can find that at our website or at bit.ly/lesmerch.
And remember, we have a queer production company making queer podcast musicals with guaranteed happy endings. You can find everywhere at $dollarbeanprod.
You can also check out our website, dollarbeanproductions.com.
You can listen to all the episodes of our first show, The Flame, on any podcasting app, and our second show, Journey to the Heart, also on any podcasting app.
And if you want to help support us in making more musicals, you can join our Patreon at bit.ly/dollarbeanpatreon.
If you want to find us individually, you can find me at Ellie Brigida on Instagram and TikTok.
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky at LSH Foster.
With that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Leigh.
And
let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
The Old West is an iconic period of American history and full of legendary figures whose names still resonate today. Like Jesse James, Billy the Kid, and Butch and Sundance, Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, and Geronimo, Wyatt Earp, Bat Masterson, and Bass Reeves, Buffalo Bill Cody, Wild Bill Hickok, the Texas Rangers, and many more. Hear all their stories on the Legends of the Old West podcast. We'll take you to Tombstone, Deadwood, and Dodge City, to the plains, mountains, and deserts for battles between the U.S. Army and Native American warriors, to dark corners for the disaster of the Donner Party, and shining summits for achievements like the Transcontinental Railroad. We'll go back to the earliest days of explorers and mountain men, and head up through notorious Pinkerton agents and gunmen like Tom Horn. Every episode features narrative writing and cinematic music, and there are hundreds of episodes available to binge. I'm Chris Wimmer. Find Legends of the Old West wherever you're listening now.